just replays in my head over and over again. I'm so traumatized from it.
Valley woman, a mother of 7, including to an infant, is dead. Police say she was shot and killed by her neighbor over $100.
The suspect is now behind bars facing murder charges.
$100. That's what her life was worth to him. $100. And 7 children lost their mother. 7. And the youngest one, she hadn't even made it home yet. In every home, behind every closed door, there's a story waiting to be uncovered. Welcome to Dark Whispers, where we dive deep into the hidden truths of domestic crime and the relationships that turn deadly. If you're drawn to real stories, powerful insights, and the shadows most people avoid, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and step into the whispers they never wanted you to hear. Danielle Little was not a perfect woman, and her family will be the first ones to tell you that. She had been through things, real things, addiction, hard years, the kind of life that breaks most people and leaves them hollowed out. But Danielle, she fought her way back. She got clean, she got sober, not for herself, for her children, every single one of them. Let me tell you something. That is not easy. That is not something you just decide and it happens overnight. That takes everything you have. And Danielle gave everything she had. She was a wife, a mother of 7, and according to everyone who loved her, she was one of the best mothers they had ever seen. Her husband said it plainly. She was amazing, one of the best in the world, and the people around her agreed. She was just a wonderful person. 7 kids, and the youngest, a baby girl named Effie Rose, was born premature at just 27 weeks. She was still in the NICU, still fighting, still too small to come home. Danielle was supposed to be waiting for her. She was supposed to be the one standing at that hospital door when Effie Rose was finally strong enough to leave. Instead, Danielle never made it to that day. Now, here's how something so small turned into something so permanent. It started in the parking lot. Danielle accidentally backed her car into her neighbor's vehicle. Accidents happen. Anybody who has ever driven a car knows that. She didn't run. She didn't pretend it didn't happen. She exchanged numbers with the man, her neighbor, Daniel Rombach Jr. They made an arrangement. She owed him $100 for the damage. Moving on. Except things did not move on. Danielle couldn't pay right away. That happens too. Money is tight for a lot of people, and a family of 9 does not have $100 just sitting loose waiting to be handed over on any given day. She was not ignoring him. She was not playing games. She just needed time. But Daniel Rombach Jr. was not interested in time. He showed up, and he didn't show up alone. He brought the woman he lived with. The two of them came to Danielle and her husband that Monday morning, and they came ready for a confrontation. Not a conversation, a confrontation. Over $100. Words were exchanged. Voices were raised. Her son Jaden described it simply. They got into a yelling argument. That's it. A yelling argument. The kind that happens between neighbors all over this country every single day. The kind that usually ends with somebody going back inside, slamming a door and cooling off. That is not what happened here. Crime Rombach pulled out a gun. No warning. No pause. Her son said it himself. No hesitation. One moment there was an argument, and the next moment Danielle Little was on the ground. Jaden was inside when it happened, but he heard it. He heard the shot, and he walked outside. And what he saw when he walked out that door is something he is going to carry for the rest of his life. His mother, on the floor, her whole body covered in blood. There are no words. He said it himself, through tears. I saw her drop to the floor. It hurts me. And every single day after that, he would walk outside and look over at that spot. And it would replay, over and over. The shot, her falling, the blood. He said he is traumatized. And how could he not be? The kids were there. Not just Jaden. The family says Rambach shot Danielle in front of all the kids and everybody. Out in the open. In the middle of the morning. Like it was nothing. Emergency services responded. Officers rushed to the scene. But by the time help arrived, Danielle Little did not survive. She died on the way to the hospital. $100. Phoenix police did not waste time. When officers arrived at the scene, they didn't have to search far. Daniel Rambach Jr. was right there, in his apartment. The same apartment he had walked out of that morning to go confront a woman over $100. He hadn't run. He hadn't disappeared. He was just there, like he had done nothing worth running from. They took him into custody. Now the police report told its own story. It confirmed what the family had been saying all along, that there was a dispute over money, that Danielle may have owed Rambach around $100 from the car collision, that words were exchanged, that things escalated, and that Rambach was the one who pulled the trigger. The homicide detectives took over from there, because this was no longer just a neighbor dispute. This was a murder investigation, and the evidence wasn't complicated. There were witnesses. There were children who saw it happen. There was a family standing right there in that parking lot when Danielle went down. This was not a case that was going to be hard to piece together. The hard part, the part that no investigation can fix, was that Danielle was already gone.
As you can imagine, Danielle Little's family is completely shattered tonight. They want the world to know not only what they witnessed, but also what a hole in their family this has left.
It started as a fender bender. Danielle Little's son Jaden says his mom accidentally backed into a neighbor's car. They exchanged numbers, but when she couldn't pay right away, things turned deadly.
The Form 4 does indicate that the victim may have owed the suspect $100.
All this started because my mom accidentally backed into him. Then that's when the guy came out and shot her.
Rambach and Danielle got into an argument early Monday morning.
We got into a yelling argument that escalated, and then bam, he shot. No hesitation.
Officers rushed to the scene, but Danielle did not survive.
You know, you ain't gotta be a coward and shoot somebody because you're scared to get your butt whooped.
Police booked him into jail on murder charges.
I understand, situations happen where you get upset. Please just step away, remove yourself from the situation. We never want to see anybody come to this point where we're getting injured, we're getting shot and losing lives.
But for Danielle's son, no warning could undo what he saw.
Saw everything. I walked out there, I heard the gunshot. I saw her drop to the floor. It hurts me. I go outside, I look at that side over there. I just want him to know that he is a coward. I don't want him to be free.
Her husband wants the world to remember Danielle.
She was an amazing mother, one of the best in the world. And I hope the guy that shot her spends the rest of his life in prison.
The case is now in the hands of homicide detectives. Rambach remains behind bars.
And Rambach is now facing murder charges. The case is now in the hands of homicide detectives. For now, we're live in North Phoenix. Trisha Hendricks, 12 News.
Rambach was booked into jail on murder charges. The court set his bond at $1 million. Let that sit for a second. $1 million. That number tells you exactly how seriously the system viewed what he had done. This was not treated as a misunderstanding. This was not treated as a situation that got out of hand. $1 million bond is the court saying, you are not going anywhere. He was facing second-degree murder charges, and his next court date was set. Now, the courtroom part of this story. Look, the legal process is going to do what it does. Lawyers will talk, dates will get pushed, papers will get filed. But what cannot be argued away, what no defense can reframe, is what Jaden saw. What those children saw. What Danielle's husband watched happen to his wife right outside their home. Her son said it with everything in him. "I just want him to know that he is a coward." And her husband, a man who just watched the mother of his children get shot down over a parking lot argument, said he hopes Rambach spends the rest of his life in prison. Those are not angry words said in the heat of the moment. That is a family speaking their truth, and it is hard to hear anything in those words except grief. Somewhere in a hospital, a baby girl named Effie Rose is still fighting. She came into this world at 27 weeks, too early, too small, not ready. But she was fighting, and her mother was supposed to be fighting right alongside her. Danielle was supposed to be the one checking on her every day, counting down the days until she could finally bring her home. That was the plan. That was what was supposed to happen. Instead, Effie, Rose is going to grow up hearing stories about her mother. She is going to grow up knowing that Danielle Little got clean, stayed clean, loved her children fiercely, and was taken from this world before she ever got the chance to hold her youngest daughter outside of a hospital room. Let me tell you something. That is the part that stays with you. Not the argument, not the gun, not even the $100. It is that baby. It is the fact that Danielle did the hard work. She faced her demons. She came out the other side, and she was building something real. A family. A life. 7 children who needed her. And one man with a weapon and a grievance decided in one single moment that none of that mattered. Her family is not just grieving a death. They are grieving every version of Danielle that never got to exist. The mother who would have brought Effie Rose home. The woman who would have watched her kids grow up. The wife who was still standing beside her husband. All of that, gone, over a parking lot, over a number that was never even disputed, over $100 that, by any measure, was not worth a single breath of her life. Anyways, Danielle's son Jaden is walking outside every day and looking at the spot where his mother fell, and it replays, every time. He said it himself. He is traumatized. And the people who love Danielle are left holding that weight while the man who did this sits behind bars waiting on a court date. The family said what they needed to say. They said she was forever missed, forever loved, forever remembered. And that is true. But it should not have had to be said this soon. She was a mother. She was a wife. She was someone who had already been through enough. And she deserved to finish what she started. Rest, Danielle.